All right, we're live again. We're live again. We're live again. Okay, we should be good now. We should be good now. All right, we're back on again. We're back on again. I'm hoping that Ruby comes back onto the YouTube. Uh Neo-Nazism has absolutely nothing to do with the Great Replacement Theory. It has nothing to do with it. Just because a group utilized it doesn't mean it's the same fucking thing. Um The Great Replacement Theory is quite literally, um, it is about ethnicity. It has everything to do with ethnicity. It has nothing to do with race. I'm kidding. I said that wrong. Fuck. Okay, it has everything to do with it's a race. It's okay. I'm fucking this up, bro. Okay. What the fuck? How did I fuck that up? Okay. So, the Great Replacement Theory is actually so it's okay. It had to do with race, but it had nothing to do with ethnicity, right? But it's not even a thing. It's not a real thing. Okay, it's literally a conspiracy theory. The Great Replacement Theory is a conspiracy theory. It's completely false. It's a fabricated, made up thing that the Democrats came up with. Um, and they tried to claim it was part of neo-Nazism. So Ruby, when you came in here, if you're listening or watching this right now, and said that he used it a lot, he wasn't using it. He was using it as context. When he was talking about that, he was talking about the difference between it and neo-Nazism. Calling him a neo-Nazi because he brought up a conspiracy theory is that's crazy talk. I'm not saying you're crazy. I'm saying what you're saying about that and comparing the two is crazy talk because neither has anything to do with the other. And the Nazis tried to utilize that, but it never was an actual thing. Because before it was called the Great Replacement Theory, it was literally just a conspiracy theory. The Nazis used it as a manipulation tactic to scare off other people that they didn't like, other armies that they wanted to back off of them, and it worked, but it was literally just a conspiracy theory that they made up in their heads. And now the Democrats these days are using it against Charlie Kirk because they want us to remember the shooting and not for who he was. That's why they're doing what they're doing. And that's probably why you have that belief in place. That's probably more than likely why you believe that it's a real thing as and one has nothing to do with the other. One has to do with ethnicity, the other one has to do with race. And as Charlie Kirk would say, drill baby drill. Let's fucking ask me another thing. Bring up another controversial topic. Look it up. Neither has anything to do with the other, and one of them was literally just a made up conspiracy theory to scare others away. I eat some pizza, guys. You know why? Because I want some pizza. That's why. I forgot Instagram could still hear me chewing, whether I mute this or not. YouTube's really trying to censor me. Connection's unstable. Yeah, you're making it unstable, just like you did last night. I had to do 3 different fucking streams last night. Where did Ruby go? Is she not coming back? I'm guessing not. Let me send it to her again. Well, if she didn't get to get the response, she can always come back here once the stream's over. All right, guys, share the stream, share the stream, share the stream. Okay, wait, LT, are you in 2 different places at once? Guys, don't confuse me like this. The Instagram I told you about is still bothering me. Don't pay attention to it. What the fuck are we doing here? Welcome to Facebook. What is going on with my Instagram, bro? Log in. He's in the YT stream on my account, but is still here on Instagram. Okay. Instagram say hi to YouTube. YouTube say hi to Instagram. What is going on? Come on, load. Never takes you this long. DIL. There we go. Send it to Ruby. All right, there we go. Cool. Hi, Gina says hi to Instagram. Also, the stream is a bit ahead on YouTube than IG because there it's behind a little bit. Yeah, Instagram's always a little bit behind. It's never on time, bro. I would suggest coming to YouTube though. I would suggest getting on that other account as well because every time you get an ad, I get paid. Just saying. And there's ads put up for you guys every 12 minutes. Pizza, Domino's, stuffed Parmesan crust. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Hot sauce, and then stuffed cheesy bread. I mean, I get paid a little bit from your viewership, but ad revenue is the biggest amount of revenue besides donations. Mm-mm-mm. Mm. I'm gonna need you on the moderator account too, because I still need a moderator. Oh, shit, I didn't think this through. Should have brought that towel with me. It's over there on my bed, but I don't want to grab it. All right. Who's got a question for me? I has a question. All right, go ahead, ask it. What's your opinions on schools trying to basically force LGBTQ plus into the children's lives? Well, most schools have stopped doing that. Um, the fucking, I think the most absurd one. Do you want me to go like? Do you want me to go from like most absurd to least absurd? Not all schools have stopped, obviously. There's still some schools doing it, but or they're trying to do it, but then the teacher gets arrested. So because it's a federal fucking, it's an executive order now. Or no, he tried the executive order, didn't he? He got shot down. I think he's still fighting about it. Okay, so yes. Okay. So number one, the most absurd thing that I saw was the fucking kitty litter. Who who the fuck puts Who the fuck puts kitty litter in a classroom? Oh, you're a cat? Come to the front of the classroom where everybody can see you and take a shit in front of everyone else in this kitty litter bin. Can you imagine? Like, let's say the teachers couldn't afford scented and they could only like afford the regular clump. Can you imagine what those classrooms had to have smelled like? You had like 3 or 4 kitty litter bins. I mean, like, th- why are we letting kids shit in kitty litter? The second most absurd thing is when they were literally teaching it in the classes, when they started teaching in the classes, and they'd have like these big boards up front that said, "This is male, this is female, and this is non-binary, and this is queer." Kids don't need to know this stuff. They don't. Kids need to have an actual education. There's no reason that a child should have to go to school and learn about this stuff. And when they're 18, if they wanna do that, they wanna identify as, but as a child, am I okay, there we go, there we go, there we go. Had to move my mouse. As a child, there's no reason that a minor should be having to be forced to learn about stuff. It's disgusting. It's disgusting behavior. And then the least absurd thing to me was the kids who would go there dressed up in furry costumes because I identified as a fucking paperclip with a like 5 o'clock shadow and purple hair in high school or whatever the fuck. Like no way that was like to me that was just kids who just didn't have great parents. But the other two things is definitely the Department of Education's fault, 100%. Um, Also, how did you feel about almost every store all of a sudden supporting the LGBTQ plus and making it the whole brand basically? I will so I will say that I disagree with that precedent that every store did that. The ones chain that did it the most, that I heard about the most, that I saw the most when I walked in there too, was Target. Um, Target with all their pride stuff even offended people in the pride community. Like there were actual people. There was a gay couple that went in there once, and they said they walked out because the moment the guy saw the Pride Rainbow Cup saying "I'm gay" on it, literally that's what it said on there. He said that him and his fiance just walked right out because they were so disgusted. They were offended and embarrassed because some of these people that aren't fucking loonies that are in the pride community that know better than to like be like, hey, push this upon everybody else who were actually appropriate and mature about it. They were embarrassed, and he said to the news, he was like, I was highly embarrassed. My fiance and I had to walk out, and we haven't gone back since. So, I mean, when you're pushing this stuff and you're not thinking about the people or the person that you're pushing it for, make sure that other party in that situation, and I don't mean political party, I just mean in general, make sure that other party in the situation agrees with that. Make sure that the general consensus is that yes, we would like this because a lot of those people didn't like it. It was mainly the liberals who were like, "Yay!" So I get what you mean. Walmart kind of did it, but Walmart did it in a better way where they like hit it like even in their clothing sections with it. Like they kind of made a very small circular rack for it. You walk in, there'd be just one small rack, one little section, but it wouldn't be like right up front. You know what I mean? It'd be within like in the middle of the floor or near the back, because they didn't push it as badly as Target did. And I never heard of anybody having, like, any serious problems or issues with Walmart in that area. But I think Target definitely was the biggest issue there. Let me go over here. Let's see. The kitty litter was school shootings. I'm no, that was this is before school shootings. Sorry, I'm looking over at Instagram questions now. Um, I'm talking about when this whole fucking LGBTQ plus IA thing, whatever you want to call it, started up, and they started putting kitty litter in the schools because everybody wanted to identify as like a dog or a fucking cat or some shit. They had it in their bathrooms, they had it in the classrooms. Like, I'm not talking about the school shooting cause and effect and what happened with kitty litter after that, because the school shooting is what caused the kitty litter to go away because people were like, "Look what you're enticing here. It's not working. No more shitting in the classroom in a box." Um, so I think you might have gotten that a little mixed up and confused. Um, I see that getting misconstrued quite a bit. You have that a little misconstrued because there were two incidents with the kitty litter. There was one when it started, and then after that was the next incident because some schools were like, "Well, we still want to do it." And other in the Department of Education, after it had its hand had to be forced by Trump with an executive order, was like, "No, you can't put that in there. You can't have those. Like, you'll be arrested if you do that." So no, I have my knowledge on that. I know what you're talking about. I'm not misconstrued about that because there were two separate incidents with that situation there. So no, no, I get what you're saying, but I'm not one of the ones who just fell for that right off the bat. I did my own research as well. I do a lot of independent researching and deep dives into stuff, and there were two incidents with that. So I know what you're saying, but it wasn't just like clumped into one whole thing for shootings or things like that. It was literally like it was the same thing but separated at the same time. Oftentimes, when there's a lockdown, as the current protocol is, students may have to use the bathroom during these awful. No, 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 no. That's not what that was. That was not what it was. Maybe there was one school that did that, but I highly doubt it. Um, that's not what it was at all. There was a shooting that occurred at one point, but it wasn't for school shootings. No school out there had kitty litter in case of school. That's what the Democrats are putting into our head. That's what they wanted to be. Just like with the Charlie Kirk shooting, they want us to focus on the shooting and not actually Charlie Kirk and what influence he had on America and the rest of the world. Um, oh yeah, same thing with the kitty litter thing. No, 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 no. Because they had it in the bathrooms. If there's a school shooting, why would you run to the bathroom, take a shit or a piss in a kitty litter box? And they had it in the classrooms too, but they had it near the front of the classrooms, not near the back of the bathroom classrooms, which is right where the door's at, with that window on it. So why would you have a student use the restroom in a kitty litter box during a shooting right near the doorway, near the teacher's desk? That doesn't make any sense. That's a lot of falsehood that you've believed in, which I understand. But that's a lot of falsehood that you've believed in from the left. That's not what the kitty litter was. Because Trump took it down because literally the kitty litter was for trans students or students that identified as non-binary or as a cat or as a dog or tree or a rock, whatever the fuck they wanted to that day, and they wanted to behave like that item or like that animal, so they wanted to take a shit in a kitty litter box. And they have no other choice during these awful events. Uh, I'm sorry, but anybody logically, and I'm not saying you're not logical, Ruby. I think you're a very, very bright person. That's why I like debating with you because I've debated with you plenty of times. So I actually genuinely enjoy debating with you. So don't take this the wrong way at all. Ruby, by the way, for anybody who doesn't know her, YouTube and Instagram is one of the best people to debate with, because she will keep a calm presence and she understands. You don't have to raise your voice with her. You don't have to yell at her. You don't have to scream at her or get angry with her. She is very, very, and she definitely for sure is left winged, but we're still able to get along. And I enjoy it when she brings up something to debate about, uh, or she adds in her 2 cents because she actually is a pretty bright person. It's just she's not always given the right information because of the side she's on. I know that sounds bad, but I don't mean it to sound bad at all. Um, but yeah, if that was the case, then why didn't they implement it way back then? You know what I mean? Like if the matter of the fact is that, oh, they placed this stuff in there near the front of the classrooms, first of all, and in the bathrooms, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Uh, Also, who wants to use the restroom during a shooting? That's an unsafe practice. So let's just say, for habit's sake, okay, let's just play devil's advocate with you for a second and say that you're right. What if a few of the schools, I'm not gonna say all of them because they definitely weren't all because of school shootings, not 100% of them. But let's say there were a few that they did that because in case there was a school shooting, they had to use the restroom. Why would you put the child at risk and allow them to use the restroom at that time? Whether in a kitty litter box inside the classroom or not, in front of other students. I think that's like you're double traumatizing during that event, you know what I mean? Because now other kids have to watch that while there's also a shooter active in the building. To me, that doesn't add up to me, and it's an unsafe practice and could put these kids in jeopardy and get them hurt. The shooter's gonna go after the first person they see, and they see a small child taking a shit. They're gonna be like, "Oh well, that's there's a target right there." I mean, a lot of these school shooters have been very unstable this year. Quite a few of them. How many has there been, guys? Like 10? And again, no offense to Pride community, but these are the mentally unstable Pride community people. The people that don't have morals or that actually need help. I highly doubt that if they see a target in front of them when their whole idea is to shoot up an area with people in it, whether it's small children or grown adults, that they're just gonna say, "Oh yes, small child, finish taking your piss or finish taking your shit." You got to think about the lawsuits that would occur after that shooting. Um, and I enjoy debating with you too. There's nothing to be solved by hysterics. Yeah, no, there's not. That's why I liked Charlie Kirk a lot. Because he's pretty much the same way. I say is, I always will. Um, but That's why I enjoyed communicating with him, talking to him from time to time, and watching all of his videos because he literally like that. This is how he handled it too. Now he did it offline, but and I'm not trying to be him again, but I'd like to do the same thing online, like we're doing right now, because social media is a huge area of issues. You know what I mean? Where a lot of this stuff stems from. All right, YouTube. We have still 0 out of 10 on the goal. I'm going to set our 30 minutes for my goal. And instead of 10 super chats, I'll make it, and it is in any color. So that means you can pay any amount. Again, we're on both YouTube and Instagram right now. Guys can ask questions from either side. I don't even know what's happening. You can ask any questions you want. You can ask my viewpoints on certain controversial, on any controversial topics you want to. Um, Whatever you want. Pay troll. You ask me anything. I asked a question. I know I'm getting to you. I'm sorry. I had to finish with Ruby. Now we're gonna go back to YouTube and we're gonna ask a question. But that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go between each one. I'm gonna answer a question from YouTube, answer a question from Instagram, and make it fair for everybody. Gina asked, "How do you feel about some people saying that drag shows are more dangerous than actual what? Are more dangerous? Oh, than actual weapons?" Um, I have no other way to say this, but they're deranged. You have to be. You have to think I'm either stupid or unconscious to believe that a drag show is way more dangerous than a weapon that could kill somebody. Straight point blank period. You have to think I'm either stupid or unconscious to have that deranged belief that a weapon is less dangerous than a drag show. No, absolutely not. One can actually literally kill you. The other one just kill. If you're a small child, that can like it looks cool at first as a kid, but as you're growing up and you start realizing what you just went through by seeing men dressing up as you grow older, if you're a young girl and you grow up into a young woman, excuse me, by the way, in case somebody heard that, I'm sure they did. Um, but that I mean, your mind when you're younger puts up an automatic barrier and wall. You think some things are cool, but as you get older, you start realizing once you become a young adult, you realize a lot of things as a young adult that should never have happened to you when you were a kid, especially watching drag shows. I don't believe, and I hate to put his name out there because he just defended Charlie Kirk. And I was very surprised about it. Kudos to Jeffree Star, man. But I believe that you have the right to do all that, but I don't think it's appropriate for you to be allowing children around that content. Same thing with James Charles, especially James Charles, because not just the allegations, but the things that confirmed these allegations and that he couldn't defend from quite a few years ago. I mean, you see what I mean? Because you never know who somebody is. Fuck. Uh, I've seen a couple of videos of people saying, "Oh, that weapons are less dangerous than somebody in a dress, right, going down a runway when they're not that gender." Like, yeah, well, it's dangerous to a child's mind or to anybody like who doesn't want to see that stuff, but it's not going to kill you. that's yeah, that's fucking crazy, bro. Okay, so I currently don't have any questions coming from the Instagram side unless somebody puts one on there. Both Instagram and YouTube ask questions. I'll be right back. I gotta go try to find something. Okay. I put on my headphones and I'm freezing up again. Fuck. Okay. If that's it, we can end it there, guys. If that's all that everybody's got, um, I'll give you guys like 4 more minutes. I'll give you until 12 a.m. because I am getting tired and I'm spacing out. Even though I don't feel tired, I know it because currently, right now, I'm spacing out. And in a moment, I'm going to forget what the fuck I'm saying. Okay. Soft beard. Okay, I gotta stop. I gotta stop. It's 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 time for me to go to bed. Whoa. The NYT's or the New York Times is reporting that the FBI field office in Utah sat on images of of, Char- of Charlie Kirk's killer for 12 hours, keeping FBI Director Kash Patel in the dark. Is that why he didn't say anything? When he finally was able to see the images, Patel ripped into 200 agents, calling it a Mickey Mouse operation. This is a total outrage. People need to be held accountable. Hey, my suggestion is you fire those agents. Fire them. That's fucking insanity, bro. That was posted by MAGA Mafia Media, which is a Republican Instagram user that is has close ties with Doge. The FBI has not ruled out that others may have helped radicalize or aid Charlie Kirk's alleged killer, per Bureau resources. Sorry, per Bureau sources. Agents are combing through chat logs, dark web activity, and the suspect's affiliations. You don't have to. You know what you have to do? Look at the fucking camera that was behind fucking Charlie Kirk's head that was pointed straight at the kid who was on the fucking microphone. There you go. That's your easiest one to get. Why are we combing through these messages? You want to find the other people that were involved? How about you just fucking follow the leads and the fact that the kid at the fucking microphone had some shit to do with this shit, motherfucker? FBI knew the whole time. Yeah, but they've refused to fucking tell Cash Patel, which is their director, their boss. Had no fucking idea that they were just sitting on shit. Instead of some police using lethal, what's a better way to handle protesters? Use non-lethal rounds. Fucking hard packed bean bags or bags with the little beans in them, but the hard packed. Use those. If a protest gets out of hand, use non-lethal. What the fuck they gonna do? Throw a sign at you? Come on now. They're gonna throw some fucking cardboard and paper at you, bro. That's what they're gonna do. Oh no, we should use lethal rounds. Oh yes, we should use the lethal rounds because a protester threw a sign or a stick at me or a pebble or they called me a pig. I just use non-lethal. It's a simple non-lethal shotgun round. It just shoots out a big beanbag at them. Aim for the head. You hit them in the head. It stuns them. It's that fucking simple, bro. Mm. Or aim for the chest. Hit him in the chest with it. Or hit him in the stomach. Blow the wind right out of him. Him in a kneecap. Takes him down to one knee. Quite literally. Without really injuring them except a bruise that you'd get from like a paintball gun. Yeah, it's gonna hurt like a bitch for a while for that person, but they're not lethally injured. They're not gonna die from it. So non-lethal rounds. That's what police need to start trying to um, to do is using something else stun them. Yeah. There's a clip online, by the way, just so you know this is true. Cash Patel went to another press conference. Fox News posted it, and he quite literally said it was a Mickey Mouse game. I didn't know what it was referring to earlier until I saw this post. I'm like, oh, now it makes sense. I mean, we all knew they were lying to us, but it's not Cash Patel. We all thought that Cash Patel was part of the problem because he literally like didn't say anything that day. Well, now we know why because he didn't know anything because nobody fucking told him a goddamn word for the first whole 12 hours. That's fucking out of it just fucking blows me away, bro. You ain't gonna tell your own boss, the director who can like hire and fire whole entire teams and squadrons. But yeah, I'm gonna get going to bed, guys. Check out before 11, and I love y'all. Peace out.